Welcome to this program series titled A Day with Children in a Crèche. Through this and the two other programs, you will be viewing the activities in a crèche for infants and toddlers. Through these programs, we hope to bring out what should be the arrangements for the care of children in a crèche. The crèche that we have chosen for this purpose is located in the Child Development Department of the Lady Irwin College, New Delhi. During the time when this program was being shot, there were 8 children coming to the crèche and there were 2 caregivers to look after them. In other words, there was 1 caregiver for every 4 children. The timings of this crèche are from 8:30 in the morning till 5 p.m. Children are free to come and leave the crèche at their own convenience. The emphasis here is on encouraging the children to spend as much time as possible with the family at home. Thus, the crèche is unlike a school where children have to come in at a certain time and cannot leave before the appointed time. Flexibility in the arrival and departure time of children is of the essence here. Because of this reason, you will find that all the children are not present during all the activities. Of course, another reason for this is that the program itself was shot on 2 different days. A good childcare center should be able to communicate feelings of love and warmth to the children. Along with this, the caregivers should organize stimulating activities to foster children's overall development. Of course, the physical security of children underlies all the activities in any crèche. Thus, the caregivers need to strike a balance between providing physical care, organizing stimulating activities, and communicating love and warmth to children. The caregivers in this crèche have been able to strike this balance very well indeed. It is important to keep one aspect in mind as regards affection vis-a-vis young children, and that is, you must hug them, hold them close, kiss them, or smile in order to convey your love. Physical gestures are what children understand. Verbally telling a child that you love her is not likely to have much of an impact. As you watch the 3 programs, you will notice that there is a routine to the activities in the crèche. Children eat and sleep at a particular time every day. They go out for play in the cool of the mornings and sometimes in the late evening, and the rest of the time they are engaged in indoor play activities. While there is a plan to the day's activities, there is also room for flexibility. When working with young children, it is not possible to have a strict plan for the day's activities. It is likely that children will be interested and alert on a particular day and not so enthusiastic on another. The caregiver will need to change her plan of activities depending upon children's moods and interests. The point that we are trying to make here is that while you must have a plan for the day's activities, you must be mentally prepared to change it, sometimes even entirely. Keeping this aspect in mind, let us have a look at the schedule of the day's activities in this crèche. Children begin to arrive from 8:30 a.m. onwards. As they come, the workers greet them warmly and begin to engage them in different activities. By 9:30, most of the children have arrived. At this time, the caregivers take them out for play. Having spent an hour or an hour and a half playing outside, the children come back for refreshments. By this time, it is 11 or 11:15. In this brief period before lunch, the workers then set up some indoor play activities. Children have their lunch between 12 and 12:30. By 1, lunch and related activities are over. Now, preparations for the rest begin. Children sleep till about 3:30. They wake up, have milk and other refreshments, and in the next 1 hour before children's time for departure, the workers again set up some indoor play activities or, depending upon the weather, take them outside for play. Parents begin to come in to pick up the child around 4:30. By 5, most of the children have left. As we said earlier, we shall be showing you the activities in this crèche through 3 programs. In this first program, we shall be showing you the activities from the time of children's arrival to the crèche till 11 in the morning. So, now let's join the children at the nursery school. It is about 9 in the morning and the parents are coming to leave the children at the crèche. By and large, the children do not fuss or cry when the parents leave them with the caregivers at the crèche. Rather, they go to them happily. And why shouldn't they? Both the crèche workers are very attached to the children. But sometimes the child does not want to leave the mother. In such a situation, the mother spends some time with the child in the crèche. The caregivers try to divert the child's attention to different play activities. The child, though attracted to the various toys and activities going on around her, keeps an eye on her mother, lest she goes away. But the mother has to leave, and she goes away with this conviction that the caregivers in the crèche will look after her child just as she would. There are two caregivers in this crèche. Beri auntie, for the children she is Badi Amma, and Lajwanti, the children call her Honey Auntie. A lot depends on the personality of the workers in the crèche. If they are able to communicate a sense of warmth and security to the children will be happy and will take an interest in the activities as is happening here. But if the workers merely provide custodial care, looking after only their physical needs, then the children are likely to be irritable, unhappy, and listless. Come, let us meet the children now. This is Tipu. Alert, calm, and friendly. This is Kinni. Naughty. Usually manages to get her own way. Cheena is a determined soul. She tries out everything. Amal is usually by herself, but she participates in all activities. Karthik, he loves to paint. Today, a new child has come to the crèche, Raghav. The first day in the crèche is a critical one. New surroundings and unknown people. It is a challenging situation for both the child and the parents. How the child adjusts to this unfamiliar situation depends not only on his or her temperament and past experiences, but also on the emotional environment of the crèche. So that the child does not find it difficult to adjust to the new situation, either of the parents is asked to stay with the child in the crèche for the first few days.
आप बैठोगे टीपू इसमें बैठोगे ये ऐसे बेटे आपका नाम क्या है बोलते ही राघव ये आपको दे रहा है ले लो खेलो इससे टीपू इससे खेलो हेलो करो इससे हेलो करो इससे हेलो 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 इसका नाम तुझे पता है राघव ये हेलो करो हेलो ये अच्छा वो हाँ अम्मा है आपकी।
Raghav will take some time to relate to the children.
साइकिल खेलने वाला के ना
आप लोग तोड़ लो भूटा
बाकी फालता मोल मोल या बाबा
जीना जीना ये देखो बेबी से खेलो। ये नया बेबी आया उसको हेलो बोलो ताली करो उसको। अच्छा चलिए आप बाहर चलेंगे अब बाहर चलेंगे चलो बाहर चलेंगे चलो।
It is about 10 a.m. now. Time for children's outdoor play. Come, let's go along with them.
चलो चलो
Children love to play with sand, raking their fingers through it, filling the sand in containers, emptying them, and filling them all over again. See how involved Tipu and China are in this play? Most of us adults do not allow children to play with sand. But if children's play is supervised and if their faces and hands are washed clean after the play, then there is no danger. Our rigid attitude towards sand and water play can deprive the children of a very useful and exciting experience. Such experiences during childhood lay the foundation for understanding concepts of measurement, area, and volume in later years. Toddlers, by and large, play by themselves. It may seem as if they are playing together, but a closer inspection will reveal that interaction among them is minimal or negligible. Some open space for play and some play materials. Many activities can be organized, keeping the children's interest in mind. Toddlers enjoy throwing the ball and chasing it. Because toddlers cannot play together in a group, you will need to give individual attention to them, as is happening here. The caregivers in the crèche often hug the children during the day to communicate a sense of love and security to them. Singing nursery rhymes in the playground adds another dimension to it altogether. Something like this is bound to happen when children are together. But Badi Amma is alert to the possibilities of such a situation. On many occasions during the day, the crèche workers try to nurture the feeling of love between children. Racing is an integral part of outdoor play activities. However, do not give it a competitive dimension. It is not always necessary to declare a winner after the race. All ran and all won. If you would like to give prizes, then give something to each child. He kneels is taking a break and enjoying the race sitting on the jungle gym. Playing and running is bound to make children thirsty. It is necessary to have provision for water. Presently, Badi Amma is with Tipu and Amal. But others are not far from her mind. If there are older children at your center, then it is a good idea to sometimes send the toddlers and the older children together for play. This helps the children to learn from each other. Look at Tipu. He is no less than anyone else. He too wants to swing from the bar. Such opportunities are helpful for the older children as well. They learn to see a situation from another child's point of view. If possible, arrange for a slide in the playground. Climbing on it, balancing during the slide, fosters children's motor coordination.
अमाल इधर से नहीं, अमाल उधर से जाओ, अमाल इधर से जाओ, उधर से बड़ी मम्मा के पास से जाओ।
Experiencing fear is natural. But Kimmy is sure that if Honey Auntie is there, she will be safe. Children attempt challenging tasks when they are sure that a trusted caregiver is around to help them if need be. So what if Tipu could not hang on the bar below by himself? He can over here. Look at the sense of achievement on his face. Such experiences are necessary to build self-confidence and self-esteem in children. Once children master a skill, they are eager to try variations, as Amal is doing here. After playing outdoors for about an hour, the children are going back to the room. Come, let us now hear from a lecturer in the Child Development Department of the Lady Irwin College what was the inspiration behind setting up of this crèche.
Well, this crèche is part of the program of the Lady Irwin College Nursery School, and it caters to teachers of the Lady Irwin College. Lady Irwin College is a women's college, and most, or actually majority of the teachers are women, and the program was started it was started by me at a point in my life where I had one young child and I had to get back to work, and I had no other alternative. And as a matter of fact, I had tried out other domestic arrangements which didn't work, were very unsatisfactory, and with the leadership of Dr. Anand Lakshmi, who was at that time the director of the college, she was very encouraging that we ourselves get together and set up a crèche for our own children so that we can prove to other institutions where women are working that the effort put in by the mothers themselves is the most lucrative and the most beneficial for both the children as well as the mothers. And I think that effort has proved itself. You've seen the program today, and I'm sure you will realize that the children are perhaps, I'm not saying that it's a better alternative than having the mothers at home, but if the mother is working, having a crèche at the working place of the mother is the best alternative to the mother. We started the program, it was very small, and it has continued to be very small. We have not advertised, we've not taken in more children, but we started it in a small room located in the nursery school, which was already existing for a number of years. And we've had the advantage of having the institutional support both from the nursery school as well as the Department of Child Development. Now, we are all teachers of child development, and we put in the theory and the practical training that we have had into the program. We started as an infant center, and we were very fortunate, I would here add, we were very fortunate in having located Mrs. Berry and Lajwanti as the primary caretakers of the children, who have been very satisfactory and very, very good with the children. And that comes through. They've been with us now since 1988, and it comes through in the program that you have already seen today. As a mother, it was interesting to see my children developing an attachment with someone else. I was not fortunate in having either my parents or, my children were not fortunate enough in having grandparents to look after them. And I saw I saw Mrs. Berry as the substitute grandmother. And the children began to address her as Bari Mama. And a relationship developed which was very much like the grandparent-grandchild relationship. And it was very rewarding and satisfying to see my children run into her arms every morning, rather than, I have seen children who leave their parents clutching on to the mother's sari or the mother's clothes saying, I don't want to go to school. But here were my kids, they would just run out from my arms into the arms of this lovely lady who we were able to find. And I think that's very important. I'm sure if we had had any arrangement that was not as satisfactory, our crèche wouldn't have worked so well. Both my children, I have two sons who were born very soon, one after the other, and both of them went into this crèche from the age of 6 months onwards and stayed there until they were 3, after which they moved into the nursery school program. And I can say categorically that I wouldn't have liked any other arrangement after using an arrangement like this.
Through this program, you have seen the activities that can be organized with toddlers in a crèche. These activities can be organized by the parents at home as well. In this program, you saw the activities from the time of children's arrival till 11 in the morning. In the second and third program in this series, we shall be showing you the activities from 11 till the time of children's departure at 5 in the evening. In the concluding part of this program series, we shall also be summing up the main points that have emerged from all these 3 programs.